Greetings and welcome to One Spherical Love Church. Thank you for being a part of my congregation. All of my life, I have been teaching. Today, I am a wonderful, lovely 62 years old. And the government states that you must be old enough to do this and that. Well, I was never old enough. And it's like, dude, when do I get to grow up and I'm accepted in certain things in life? For Pete's sake. So yes, today is my birthday. I've been teaching for about 40 years. And starting in my 20s, raising 2 children, working full-time, married, and in college. Yes, I have things to do, places to go, people to see. When I was about 1 year old, I happened to, I don't know where I'm going, but I went somewhere and I'm still in a diaper. I come back and my mom says, "Why didn't you let me know where you were going?" I said, "I did, Mom," and I showed her a piece of paper and it had a bunch of crown scribbles all over it. I left her a note. Because I got places to go, people to see, and things to do. I've been that way all my life. So this is the land of the living, not the land of the dead. You make life the way you make it for you. Who cares about what other people say, do, or think? That's not what life is about. That is not your life path to soul path. So I've been in training. I gave myself self-training. At the same time, I got educated. So I have 25 years in college, 16 certificates and diplomas, 6 college degrees, 2 doctorate degrees, and I'm working on my 3rd doctorate degree. I am Reverend Dr. Juanita Lewis, D.Div, Ph.D, CSBO, CFP, CRP, 1, 2, 3, 4, CLC, CMLC, CNA, behavioral scientist, anthropologist, veteran, retired primate caretaker, I'm still doing holistic nutritionist of about 40 years, veteran, retired primate caretaker, professional, landscaper, 32 years, heavy equipment operator, truck driver, retired professional model, AEHEB, doctor in trilogy, and accounting for 13 years. I have 5 businesses. Life is what you make it. Do I have time to follow what other people say, do, and think? Of course not. Why would I do that? Because I specialize in spiritual teaching, spiritual healing, spiritual counseling. Life is what you make it. Life is for the land of the living, not the living dead. Now, when time permits, as it is now, once you've gotten cancer, I'm on my 3rd different cancer. Once you've gotten cancer, the cancer hospital wants you to come for 5 years. That's like having a second job and you don't get paid for it. So I still have until March of 2026 to go to the cancer center. I just had my 4th throat stretching 2 days ago, and I will be going for another surgery next week. So with the radiation and chemo, you get many side effects for life. Yeah, I'm a lifer when it comes to cancer, I suppose. I don't know. Remember, God has a plan, but you also have a plan, and you create your life. They created life. You create your life. Comprende, mijo? Comprende, mijo? So life is for the living, not the living dead. Now, if I'm 62 and I'm working on my 3rd doctorate degree, because why? Because, oh my goodness, I've only said this 1,000 times, if not more. Pretty much, After 3 different cancers, God keeps sending me back because I have a job to do. What? To inspire the world. Did I choose this job? Of course not. Because the way it works is you can become reincarnated. Birth, death, rebirth becomes reincarnation. But you can also become incarnate. So what it is reincarnation is from body to new body. Reincarnate is from body to spirit, like any god or goddess within the spirit realm. So you can go from reincarnation to incarnate, and you can go from incarnate to reincarnation. Incarnate in religion is where God became human form called Jesus. So you got your choice. You choose your life path, the soul path. You choose. And remember, if you like my content, please follow. And the more that is always first and foremost, the more I learn about me, the more I can help others, which in turn helps humanity. This is exactly what you should be saying to yourself each and every morning. So when I tell you the things that I'm doing, trust me, take notes because you're going to need it in the future. You just stepped into my class. For every podcast or video or music I do, my art, everything that I do that is creative, it is a teaching tool for you to take notes because you're going to need it in the future. I tell people things they need to know in their future. When I went for my throat stretching, I had the lady that's putting in the hospital, putting in all the information, verifying. I looked at her and I said, your fingers. She goes, what? I said, yes, you have problems with your fingers. And the fingers, the hands, when you know, because I'm a Reiki practitioner. So you know, with reflexology, your hands and your feet are your body parts. So the palm of your hand is the front of your body parts, and the back of your hand is the back of your body parts. So I told her, your fingers are your head. So you got problems with your head? She goes, yeah, I got, because your head is ENT, ear, nose, and throat, and after my 3rd cancer, which is sinus cancer, I see ENT doctors, ear, nose, and throat. So even though it was a sinus cancer, it's connected to ear, nose, and throat, okay, in the scientific realm. So with her, head is part of ENT, and yes, she has had Hashimoto. Well, when they first discovered my thyroid disease, they said I had Graves' disease, then Hashimoto, and then they said, no, it's a thyroid because it's swollen 3 inches out on the left and right side of my body, and I had to... The doctor sent me to drink radioactive iodine to disintegrate my thyroid. So yes, I discovered the world of menopause at the age of 32. Aren't I one of the lucky ones? You get menopause, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, osteopenia, and you just get a boatload of medical issues you get for life. So I said, her fingers. So she goes, I am going to the doctor because they have me for a few years now as Hashimoto. I said, exactly, it's your fingers. Another lady walks in, and I don't know if it's a nurse or a women doctor or something. I don't know. I got 32 doctors at the cancer hospital, so they're just come and go. It's like you can't keep track of that stuff. So the other one walks in the room, and I says, breast, lungs. She goes, what? I said, yeah, she got fingers, you got lungs. You need to watch your lungs. And she goes, I've been going to the doctor for about 5 years because of this cough in my lungs. I said, yeah, you need to take care of your lungs. This other lady walks in. She's an anesthesiologist. But they got a very big, fancy words. I can't even pronounce that stuff. They're tongue twisters. these departments do. I just call it, ear, nose, throat, drugs, all the easy words. I'm not into fancy words. I don't care. Y'all can be on a high horse. I don't care. So here walks in this anesthesiologist, and I said, her uterus. I said, she got fingers, she got lungs, and you got uterus. She goes, oh my God. I just walked out of the room to go get a drink and come back, and she'd been going to the doctor for years of her uterus too. I said, yeah, so you need to take care of it. And then when it was all said and done, they were just shocked. And because I see people's aura, I see their energy. And your aura is your emotion. And that's why when you walk into church and you see that circle around the head of the saints and stuff, that's their aura. That's their emotion. Well, yeah, I see it. And I tell them, look at, it's as plain as the nose on your face. How can you not see this? And they shake their head no. And I say, yeah, I tell my mama, easy peasy piece of cake. And she goes, for you? I said, no, that's because I've been in training, okay? I've been training all of my life in many lifetimes. That's why I am a teacher, a spiritual healer, spiritual counselor, spiritual teacher. So when you're stepping into my podcast, my videos, anything that I do on social media, it is a tool for teaching to help guide you through your mission in life, from life path to soul path. And my business is one, Spherical Love, NPO Incorporated. It is a nonprofit organization called a church. My product business part is One Unispherical Muse, LLC. I have 5 businesses. I am lovely, 62 years old, and I still have many more things to do. 8 more years of working as a heavy equipment operator, landscaper, truck driver. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going since the day I was born. In German Hebrew numerology, I am destiny number 4. In the Kabbalah numerology, I am a destiny number 6. I was born a number 5 balance, mother-father energy. And with all the things that I do, I'm studying for my 3rd doctorate degree in TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, while for fun, I'm also studying chemistry. And in my spare moments in time, who knows when that happens, but here and there, I'm studying quantum metamorphosizing. Because everything in life equates to a number. And my book, Fracmacology, is the fractals in the micro, in the macro, in the matrix. Fracmacology, 5 in 1, FRACKMICOLOGY, is on Amazon. They tell me what I talk about, bring it down. So I put it in a children's book, and it's on Amazon. That is 4 levels of math. The fractals in the micro, in the macro, in the matrix. According to science, that is algebra, geometry, fractals, and Fibonacci. They haven't reached the 5th level of math. Any mathematician will tell you it drives them insane trying to figure out the mathematical equation of infinity. It is. I've done it, and I can do it again. I write in graphs and charts exactly the mathematical equations of life. Now, what created life? Because we all know in religion they call that God. I call it the universe, okay? Because everywhere around the world, every culture, there are 22 cultures, every culture gives it a different name. So in the English name is called God. In other names, you have a different name, but they all mean exactly the same thing. The source. And the source I call the universe. And I always thought, after I saw The Wizard of Oz, I always believed it to be that God is like looking at a crystal ball, watching everybody, and we are the source of entertainment for God. It's unreal. Like, is that really necessary? So, the universe has no sense of humor, but we are entertaining to the source, okay? That's how it works. It's a one-way street, okay? And if you like my content, please follow, because you never know. With all the years that I have been studying, researching, experiment, and experience, I create adventures. Life is a daily adventure. After my third cancer, it is new date, new weight, new me in kosher motif. Kosher is balance, motif is lifestyle. Yes, I created that, and I've created many other things in life. And I create my life path, the soul path, which is what you should be doing, and quit being hung up on what other people say, do, and think. Why am I here? I'm here to teach you, because God keeps sending me back to inspire. It's my job. So, if you follow, you will find new adventures around the corner each and every time, because you never know within a 24-hour period when God is sending me on another mission of inspiration to inspire you. That means follow, because you never know when my next video, podcast, or whatever pops up in life. You just never know. It's whatever they're sending me on. Look at, that's the big boss up there. And as I always say at my job, my boss is not my boss. Mother Nature is my boss. She calls the shots whether I'm going to mow that day or not. If she says, your mower's dead today, it dies. If she says it's going to rain, I'm not mowing. You see what I'm saying? So Mother Nature, Father Time are the ones in charge, not my boss. They like to be in power, but that's not how it works. That's man-made rules. That's not universal law. That's the way it works. So remember, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And life is love, love is life. Blessings from Reverend Ms. Lewis, and thank you for your support.